facing businesses is how do we decouple creating value from the endless consumption of goods? We've got to find the way that companies can still make profits, can still succeed, while yet contributing to a regenerative future, a zero carbon, greener future.
So I think there's a bit of a misconception that sustainability equals more expensive, and that people that work in sustainability aren't commercially driven, right? That they want to do the right thing. I hear that one a lot. But actually, the two are totally interlinked, right? If you want to be a commercially successful business, you need to be sustainable.
There's always going to be challenges of investment, particularly at this time when interest rates are high. But many businesses have got to look beyond the short term and having relevancy, particularly for their customers at the one hand. Otherwise, changes could be imposed on them by regulators or indeed politicians and government authorities. So effecting change is absolutely essential in the medium term.
And there are more and more of those examples coming up that show it is possible to have this decoupling of value creation and endless consumption. And that's absolutely what we've got to foster and nurture and frankly take to another level that is equal to the task of the climate crisis.
If you imagine stepping off a riverbank onto a boat and then suddenly, and if you don't commit to it and get on the boat, then the worst thing happens is the boat moves apart, your legs split and you end up falling in the river. And that's probably where many people feel they are, because they're trying to hold on to those two agendas. Again, if you can integrate it, if you can make it part of its whole. I mean, an organisation who I think does that exceptionally well is Patagonia, but again, companies like Microsoft and Salesforce are integrating it, then it becomes easier.
The other thing that I would mention when it comes to sustainability and cost is that, sustainability drives innovation, right? If you want to focus on the more sustainable option, then often that doesn't really exist yet. And actually, if you start to mandate that that's the way that you're going to do things, then you create a market signal to the innovators out there to actually find the solutions and make sure it's commercially competitive with the less sustainable option. But you need to take those brave pills, right, and make that commitment up front to make that innovation happen as well. And actually you can find that sometimes it's the cheaper option to go more sustainable, but you just haven't thought about that solution yet.